most holiest city and the most sacred city in the world, and the religious melting pot of Christianism, Judaism and Islam, which is Jerusalem. Pretty cold here, it's about 6 degrees in the morning. Yesterday night we reached at Jerusalem. It was quite late, it was around 11 p.m. at night. So we crossed the border from Jordan through the King Hussein's bridge or the Allenby bridge. It is one of the land borders. The good thing is the location is quite nice. It's very near to the old city and I can almost see a few of the sights from here. Just had pizza for the night and we just crashed and we just got up now, all fresh and just ready to explore Jerusalem. We are all set to explore the old city of Jerusalem. So we are on the way towards that. So first we are going to
Damascus Gate. Yeah, that's the wall.
The old city of Jerusalem is one of the most intense places on earth. This 1 kilometer walled-in area in the center of Jerusalem is at the heart of the Jewish, Islamic and Christian religions. We have reached the entrance of the old city. The entrance of the old city, which is called the Damascus Gate. Inside the old city there are 4 quarters. They are
the Muslim quarter, the Jewish quarter, the Armenian quarter,
and the Christian quarter. Yes, and there are other interesting places like the Western Wall, the Church of Holy Sophia, and Sephaka, I guess. And, there is also the Temple Mount. So we will walk inside and we will now planning to go to the Temple Mount because there is a opening time. A specific opening time, so it's open in the winter time. It's open till morning 10:30 and then again it opens 12:30 to 1:30. So we are going there and we are walking towards it. It is like 10 minutes walk from here. Each quarter has its own unique atmosphere and observations, sights and smells and experiences. In the Jeweish Quarter, the narrow alleyways are lined by the homes of Jewish families. This quarter is home to around 2,000 people. It has been almost continually home to Jews since the 8th century BC. It is also the location of many synagogues. However, just walking through the alleyways and watching the religious inhabitants go about their daily lives is just as fascinating. There are people rushing around between places of worship, shops selling different interesting goods, tourists flocking around, and of course, many people praying at the Western Wall. The Jeweish Quarter's narrow alleyways open up as you reach the Western Wall Plaza and the wall itself. Western Wall is the last remaining wall of what was once the Jewish temple and is today the holiest site in the world for Jews. The Western Wall is the number 1 attraction of the Jeweish Quarter and probably the whole of the old city of Jerusalem. The holiest site in Judaism, this iconic wall, is actually the last remaining wall of the courtyard which surrounded Second Temple towards where Jews around the world face to pray. Dating from the Herodian period, Jews from around the world come to the wall to pray. Right now we have walked till the Western Wall. This is the most significant praying site for Jewish people.
Separate places for worshipping for men and women.
Yes.
And I see there's a common practice of writing the prayers in a paper and sticking it inside the cracks.
Yeah.
Apparently these papers, they are not thrown away. They are collected and buried in the Jewish cemetery.
Which is in the Mount Olive.
Yeah, which is in the Mount Olive.
Which we are planning to go maybe in the evening sometime.
Yeah, you can only go near the wall.
Yeah.
If you have something on your head,
Yes.
you can go inside near the wall and pray.
Yeah, and
or you
outside there is a few stands where people just can get up on the stand and watch the Jewish people praying.
So now we are heading towards the Golden Dome. That's the one over there, if you can see. It's just next to the wall.
This is called the Dome of the Rock.
The Dome of the Rock.
And it's also called the Temple Mount. So we are heading towards that.
There's a lot of security arrangement in this area.
There is a huge queue to the Golden Dome. It's like almost 1 kilometer huge. So we have just because it's just open now.
At least 2 to 3,000 people in the line.
Yeah. So we are just waiting in the line.
And we're the last one, right? Maybe a few people after us.
So hopefully we can visit that. Yeah.
I mean, if you have to come here, you better come
In the morning.
7 in the morning.
Yes.
That's when I assume there would be no crowd.
It's one of the main sites in Jerusalem.
The dome is beautiful. It holds special significance for Muslim community.
Walls around. Okay? So on the area around this, also Gentiles.
So finally we are inside now. We are going towards the dome of rock, the Golden Dome
Mosque.
of rock. Yeah. It's the third holiest place for the Muslims because it's just after Mecca and Medina, and it's believed that Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven from here. So it's very sacred site for Muslims. So we have entered the region of the Golden Dome. One thing to keep in mind while entering is the dressing. They check the women should cover their neck and shoulders, and for men they're not allowed to wear the shorts. So we have reached the Golden Dome, and as you can see just behind us, it's the magnificent view of the dome.
Yeah, and it's the third most sacred place for the Muslim community. The first two being Mecca and Medina.
Yes. So we feel very blessed
Yeah,
to be here.
on the last day of the year.
And also like there's only 1 hour of time to visit during winter, now from 12:30 to 1:30 during this time, and somehow we made it here. So we'll just take this opportunity to go around. It's not allowed to enter for non-Muslim people, but still it's a magnificent view just to enjoy the beauty from here. Above the western wall lies the Dome of the Rock, which is important for Muslims as the site where the Prophet Muhammad is said to have risen to heaven. Dome of the Rock, whose golden dome has become the iconic symbol of Jerusalem, is an Islamic shrine on the Temple Mount. This shrine isn't a mosque, but a large octagonal structure that supports a dome over a rock, hence its name. The Golden Dome was covered with lead until 1963 and with gold-covered aluminium. In 1993, when the former king of Jordan sold one of his mansions in London and used the proceeds to buy the needed 180 pounds of gold to build the Golden Dome. The interior of the Dome of the Rock is made of wood and its exterior facade is porcelain, which simply sits on octagonal marble base. After conquering Jerusalem, Abd al-Malik built the Dome of the Rock to commemorate his conquest of Judaism's capital. That is why it was built on the spot of the Temple Mount where the Jewish Temple of Jerusalem had once stood. For the next 1300 years, Dome of the Rock served as a flag of victory for whoever conquered Jerusalem. When the Crusaders captured Jerusalem, they turned it into Catholic Church. When Saladin recaptured Jerusalem in 1187, he turned it back into a Muslim shrine. The Muslim Quarter is a huge contrast to the Jewish Quarter. Its streets are busier and more crowded with vendors, especially within the famous Shuk, selling all varieties of products. In contrast to the other quarters where shops are generally selling religious or tourist appealing products, here the Shuk is literally an ancient shopping mall in the 21st century where one can practice their bartering skills and buy almost anything imaginable. Tourists wandering the streets of the Muslim Quarter find it hard to imagine how the locals go about their everyday business so normally in such an intense place.